All right, thanks for running my Quidditch station today. So this is a pretty unique challenge. It's competitive, but not for ribbons. When the kids come over to you, you're going to give the directions first before you hand them anything in their hands, because that way they're not going to be messing with things. But basically, what's going to happen is you're going to divide them up into four teams. The teams are going to be identified by color of their broomstick. And so once you hand out pool noodles, you're going to hand them one of four colors. So you can hand them either blue for Ravenclaw, green for Slytherin, yellow for Hufflepuff, or kind of orange for Gryffindor. Now the kids are going to choose their teams, but we're going to do the random sorting hat where they're just going to randomly get divided up into teams. I would highly encourage you, when you do divide them up into teams, you and your volunteers hand them the pool noodles. Don't let them grab them, because then it's just going to be a scramble. There's going to be arguments and fights and things like that. So they just get what team they're on, and that's their team for the challenge. Now the setup, I don't have it modeled right now, but it will be outside. And what I've done is I've created these kind of Quidditch hoops, and they're not fully completed yet, but they're going to look something like this. So they're going to be colored. There's going to be like a flag in them, and they're going to be bolt-like smashed into the ground with a mallet. And so that'll be kind of the goal, or like the net for each team that they're trying to throw the ball in. So once the game starts, you can have each team huddle up under their house flag. So like if it's a blue team Ravenclaw member, they're going to all go huddle up next to their Ravenclaw goalpost or whatever. At that point, you can toss out the quaffle, which should be a ball that looks something like this, just some sort of kind of squishy, rubbery, bouncy ball. That's going to be the quaffle. That's going to be the main ball that all students can try to get control of. They can run with it. They can pass it to their teammates, and they can try to shoot it through the hoop. Each team is allowed to have a goalie if they want, but they don't have to have a goalie. Okay. One thing they can't do is they can't rip the ball out of somebody's hand, but they can do what we call hands-off defense, where they can kind of like get about arm's distance away and try to like wave their arms and kind of get in their space. But they can't slap or take the quaffle out of anybody's hands. They are allowed to intercept. They are allowed to block out of midair and things like that to get control of the quaffle. After they play for a little while, remind them that if they fall off their broomstick, which means that by the way, they're riding their broomstick the whole time. So it kind of looks like this. I usually tell them you can hold it with one hand, or you can just do the no hands move to give you some more opportunity to have access with both hands. So that is the expectation. We have practiced this in class, that they're riding their broomstick for the whole game. If at any time they fall off their broomstick, as in it comes out from between their legs or just kind of falls to the ground, that means they fell off their broomstick. All they have to do is hold their broomstick up in the air like this. They're going to run over to their own team goal and just give it a tap with their magic wand, and that allows them to magically come back onto the broomstick and re-enter the game. Okay. For kindergarten through 2, that's it. That's all we're doing. There's nothing added. What you can do maybe at the halfway point is you can switch up who's playing which team. So you can kind of like switch up teams if you want, to allow for some variety. For 3rd through 5th grade, after like a little bit of a warm-up round, you can add one beater per team. And this is somebody that you can give some colored wristbands to that will be provided. It'll be the same color. So if I'm on Hufflepuff, the beater for that team will get yellow wristbands. Now the beater will have the opportunity to use the dodgeballs, which are going to be these kind of foam rubbery balls that are going to match their team color. They're going to try to use the bludgers, is what these are called, to try to throw it at teammates from the opposite team to get them out. So say I'm the Hufflepuff beater, and I'm tasked with using the bludger. I'm the only one that should ever touch this. Even if somebody from my own team touches it, they would be out. So I have those magic wristbands. That allows me access and ability to be able to touch that magical bludger. But my intention is I'm trying to throw it or use it to contact another wizard or witch on a broomstick, hopefully from the other team. Again, being mindful, I'm trying not to hit the head or the face. Body shots only. I can roll it. I can throw it. I can just touch them with it, things like that. If I do get hit with the bludger, I drop anything I'm holding. That includes bludgers, or quaffles. I drop everything I'm holding. I put my broomstick in the air just like I had fallen off my broomstick, and I go touch my house flag, and then I'm magically back in the game. So I always tell kids the main targets that the beater would aim for are either going to be the other team's beater. That would be a great target strategically. Or I would want to aim for whoever has the quaffle. And that's going to allow and encourage a lot of passing. Because if I have the quaffle, I know I'm going to be a big target, so it would be in my best interest to pass a lot. If a goal is scored, anybody from the other team or anybody from the team that got scored on can grab the quaffle, and then play will just continue. So it's not like you have to pause the game or anything like that. Kids can keep score, you can keep score. At the end of the day, the score doesn't matter that much, but just kind of getting kids active, getting kids playing is the goal of the game. So that's how Quidditch works in a nutshell. That's all that will be added. If kids ask about the golden snitch, you can just tell them we're not adding that for this round. Um, and yeah, that should be about it. I think I covered everything. This is kind of the newer, little bit more of a complicated station, but it is probably one of the more fun ones. I think kids are going to have a lot of fun with it. So thanks.